What's up, everybody? We're here for another Thursday. We're watching Impact, and this is the best of 2021 Part Two. And I'm excited for us to talk about it tonight to see what awards are handed out tonight. And as you can tell, this is Jeff. Joe is on his way. He's working, so it's all good. We'll be fine until he gets here. But welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight. And yeah, we're gonna get this thing kicked off real quick. Just as a programming note, we will be back for Saturday for day one. So yeah, we'll be here for that. So right now on your screen you have Christian and Josh Alexander, the moment after Josh won the TNA. I'm sorry, TNA. Wow, I'm going back in the day. The Impact World Championship, and Moose comes down to cash in. So, what a range of emotions in these moments here, for sure. At Bound for Glory. So let me welcome in some folks real quick, and then we'll get cracking on this thing tonight. KJ Carter, Greg, Chad, James, Melinda, Shane Loki, J Hub, Shell, yeah, J Hub, Dana, Graham, Yeah, we found out last night that Mercedes Martinez is officially all elite. So, she did some things in Impact for a little bit, but now she's in AEW. And hey, best of luck to her. Hope she does well there and gets the shine that she deserves there. So, Graham saying, "Hello, Jeff. It's hard to believe that Hard to Kill is a week on Saturday. The time has flown." Yeah, I mean, it's been crazy, Graham. It's been crazy, but that show, that card is going to be phenomenal. I mean, it really is going to be phenomenal. Um, Man, I mean, just some of the matches. You got the triple threat match. Um, you got Trey Miguel against and I'm drawing a blank right now, but Macklin. You got There's just so much. You got Jonathan Gresham against Chris Sabin. There's just so much. Deanna versus Mickey. That card is going to be amazing. I can't wait for it. In the chat, tell me which match are you looking forward to most at Hard to Kill. Let me know. Let me know in the chat. Let's see here. James saying, I thought she was signed with Impact, but obviously not. Yeah, I thought she was too, or at least I thought that's where it was going. But hey, it's all good. Um, like I said, hopefully she does well there. I'm sure she will. Hopefully she gets into some good programs over there. I'd love to see where they take this where they take this thing with Thunder Rosa. I really want to see that. Melinda saying, when is Hard to Kill? January 8th, Melinda. January 8th is when we will see Hard to Kill, and it's going to be amazing. I really do believe it's going to be amazing. James saying, I'm still shocked that Gresham is defending the Ring of Honor title at Hard to Kill. Yeah, yeah. Kimberly going to be champ in 2022. Calling it, says Johnny Bates. What's up, Bates? What's up, Bates? Yeah, this Saturday is day one, WWE day one, and we will be here for that. It'll be the first WWE pay-per-view we've done in quite a bit, but we'll be here for that. So tune in. We'll let you know a time. We'll put it out on social media, let you know a good time for that on Saturday. Hunter, Joe's on his way. He left work a little while ago, and he'll be here as soon as he can. But thank you for hanging out with me until he gets here. Yeah, Chad talking about Tony Storm. There have been a couple different stories, but apparently Tony asked to be released. She wasn't fired. You can deduce from previous booking that maybe she was frustrated. Who knows? We don't know. All we can do is just hope that she's okay, and just go from there. Hopefully she's doing okay and is in a good place. So let's see here. We got Jackson saying, I blocked Mercedes Martinez. She left Impact to go to AEW. What? And this is why Impact needs to be careful, sign people who are not going to stay. Yeah. I mean, I get where you're coming from, Jackson. But maybe, their plans didn't match up with what she wanted to do. We'll never know. Yeah, we'll never know. But I certainly get where you're coming from. Greg saying, yay, day one Saturday. Absolutely. Absolutely. Can't wait for that. Shane saying, hope she's okay. Happy New Year's Eve, James. We know that you're a little bit ahead of us, but hey, Happy New Year's Eve. I was going to be corny and say Happy New Year's Eve, but didn't make sense. So I decided against that at the last minute. But yeah, we're closing in on 2022, and tonight we'll talk about some things from 2021. Obviously, it was a hard year for so many of us. Jason, we don't have a match card because honestly, it's just the best of 2021. They're going to show old matches throughout the night, and then they're going to give away awards. And that's all they're doing tonight. There's only one match that's going to be live per se, and that's going to be on BTI with VSK and Zicky Dice um, versus Decay. So yeah, that's how we're getting tonight. Let's see here. What's up, Steve G? Happy New Year. Boomers TV. Hey everyone. Hey Boomers. Thank you for joining us. Tyler Hahn. What's up, Tyler? Hope you're doing well. So yeah, tell me, let's go here. What was your favorite match in Impact this year? What was the match that, or if you need to give me two or three, that's fine too. But give me a match that really stood out to you this year in Impact. Any matches that were your favorites of the year? Let's see. Hunter saying, "Do you think Tony will return back to WWE just like Drew did?" I don't know. I don't know. Um, it depends on how she left, and you know, we don't know the full story. We don't know what's going on, but I think I don't necessarily think she needs to go back. Um, Certainly, would I love to see her there? Yeah, but I don't think we'll see her back. That's just my gut feeling. Dana saying, Joe, your Cowboys NFL NFC East champs, Jeff Buccaneers NFC South champs. Doing good today. Feeling good, feeling great. Just happy to be transitioning from one year to the next. Um, that's the big thing. Um, let's see, Chad saying here. Let me go up here. Johnny Bates saying Kimberly versus insert opponent name, of course. Chad Schrader saying Moose versus Morrissey versus Eddie Edwards. Yeah, that was good. Um, James asking, did you see? Yeah, I saw that. I saw that, and I would love to see the Twisted Sisters reunite. That would be awesome. Give me all of that. um, I don't know if Adam is gonna come to Impact. I think he's happy doing his independent thing right now and control your narrative. I think he's happy doing that, but I you know what? It'd be cool. Steve G saying I think Tony Storm goes wherever and with Juice. Yeah. Yeah, I think they're getting married or recently got married. So yeah. Dana saying Kenny Omega versus Work Everyone. I really enjoyed that Iron Man match. That was one of my favorite matches of the year. Might be my match of the year, quite honestly. What's up, Damien? How are you? Doing well this evening? Um, Doing well this evening. Joe saying he's grabbing some dinner. He'll be on shortly. Um, yes, I will aspire to eat dinner at some point during this stream. Um, okay, they're not married yet. Okay, thank you, James. Tyler, it's going good. It's going good. Today was the last day that I'm working this year. So it was a good day. Got done with some projects. So good, good day. Hopefully you're having a good day as well. Um, wouldn't mind seeing Tony Time and Wild Wrestling. Yeah, um, yeah, yeah. I wouldn't mind seeing her. I mean, that's gonna be new. So who's gonna be the top, top talent there? We'll see. Happy Christmas and have a great New Year. Same to you, Dana. Graham saying, I agree with you, Jeff. I can't look past that Iron Man match. That Iron Man match was fire. It was fire. I mean, Rich Swan, Kenny Omega was really good. Um, Josh and Christian was pretty good. Honestly, you can throw in a ton of Deanna matches and talk about how great they were. Um, yeah, let just keep them rolling. Let me know. Let me know. Tyler saying I love indie wrestling. I do too. I have a soft spot in my heart for indie wrestling, given that I spent some time wrestling on a small scale, but I really have a soft place in my heart for indie wrestling, and We're trying to get some indie wrestlers, some indie wrestlers on to interview. So yeah, just stay tuned. Stay tuned. Someone from Facebook is not happy, so sorry, whoever that is. Um, hey Wes, how are you? James saying there's been so many amazing matches this year in Impact. I find it hard to choose. I'm the same way. I am the same way. So it's hard to choose. Joe saying Deanna and Jordan Grace. Yeah, I mean Deanna and Mickey. Um, good grief. There's so many. I'm just trying to think of all the ones she had. Just just know Deanna is she's very deserving. Um, no, I didn't see that, Steve G. Yeah, Deanna last year won Impact Wrestler of the Year, so um, I'm not saying that will happen again this year, but she should be considered. Yeah, this Deanna and Jordan Grace match at Emergence was fire, and that's the crazy thing is that you forget about Emergence and a lot of the stuff that happened at the beginning of the year because there's been so much good wrestling over the year. Deanna and Thunder Rosa. Yeah, it was this year. Yeah, we're on the same wavelength there. Um, Deanna and Melina was a banger. So yeah, she had a great year. Another great year. Right now they're showing a replay of Jordan Grace against Deanna at Emergence. If you're watching along with us on BTI on YouTube, if you're watching on Access, you're going to be ahead of us until the end of the show, probably until about the last 30 minutes. So yeah, if you could hold any spoilers on the award winners tonight, that would be greatly appreciated, and it would be awesome. Deanna and Rosemary, yeah. James saying I'm struggling to even remember what we had this year. There's been so much. There's been so much. Um, you can met, yeah, Chad. Let us know, man. Let us know. We're down to interview whoever. So just because we were talking about it earlier, Joe was talking about what he had. Let's go ahead and go there for this evening. Um, is the live show going to play here at 8? No, Wiley, the live show is not going to play here. This is a watch along. We just we commentate. Um, we have a community of people that come and watch as we commentate, and we don't show the live show. So sorry about that, buddy. Steve G saying, "Oh, check it out! Really good show with indie wrestlers. Also, goes for a long time. I haven't finished it yet. Great show though. Okay, okay. I'll have to check that out. So, yeah, what did you all have for dinner this evening? What did you have? I've not had dinner yet, unfortunately. Let's see here. Would love to see you guys interview Shane Taylor. I would love to see us interview Shane Taylor too. That would be freaking awesome if we could do that. Let's see what else. Chad saying steak sandwich with some lobster mac and cheese. Joe having chunky sirloin burger soup with imported ham and rye sandwiches. Sounds delicious. Johnny Bates saying, I mean, the GOAT of wrestling has her business email in her bio. Yeah, yeah. I know. I saw her email out there, so might have to give that a try. Apple from Dana. Burger King says, Wes, I had that yesterday. Damien, I'm eating some sausage and cheese pizza with fries from a pizza restaurant near my house called Italian Fiesta. Sounds good. Happy New Year, Wally. Saying pork chops, rice, and veggies. That sounds delicious. James, leftover turkey stew and turkey and stuffing sandwiches. Man, that sounds good. Steve G, hot dogs, salad, some turkey melody gizmo. Okay. Tyler Hahn saying lasagna. Lasagna. I'm going to have a pizza stuffer thing. Bonkers saying cheese on toast. That's good too. Again, hopefully I will have some dinner soon. Um, at some point during this watch along, I'm gonna go off camera and it's gonna be to stuff my face. Just letting all of you know. Um, yeah, keep that coming. That right now they're going over the match card, the Ultimate X Knockouts Ultimate X match. I forgot about that match with everything else that's on there, and how crazy of me to forget that match because it's the first ever Knockouts Ultimate X match, and it's going to be fantastic. It's going to be fantastic. I cannot wait. Um, I want insiders to interview AEW World Heavyweight Champion Adam Hangman Page. Listen, we would welcome Hangman on here anytime. Anytime. James saying this law that English people must love cheese on toast. I love it. I love it. It's good stuff. It's been a while since I've had it, but delicious. Absolutely delicious. Right now we're going I'm trying to figure out what match this is. Luke Curtis. No, I do not know Luke Curtis. I do not know Luke Curtis. Let's see. Pizza rolls and drinks from Deanna. What's up, Deanna? Cheese on crumpets. Never had a crumpet. Never had a crumpet. Yeah, we're getting a highlight from way back when NWATNA.com back in the day, down on the bottom of the screen. So yeah, tonight we're getting part 2 of the awards, and it should be interesting. But we're getting this match on BTI, so um, we're gonna get VSK and Zicky Dice versus Decay. Should be really good. Should be really, really good. Cannot wait for that match. I feel like we're gonna get some shenanigans here, but just watching this old match here. Um, all right, folks. Yeah. So let's chat a little bit before we get into this match here in a few minutes. New Year. The new year is coming. So what I asked this question on my work social media today, since I handle all the social media. It's very easy to well, let me answer this question first. Deanna Joe is on his way. He's eating dinner right now, but he should be here any minute, honestly. At any time, he should be here. Um, but it's really easy to get to say how difficult of a year 2021 was, and it's been difficult for everyone. Um, but my question to all of you is: what are 3 things that you're thankful for in 2021? What are 3 things that happened in 2021 that you're thankful for? And it can be personal, it can be wrestling, whatever you feel. But yeah, just let me know what are 3 things that happened in 2021 that you're thankful for. Steve G saying, "Who is your pick for Impact Male Wrestler of the Year?" For me, it's Josh Alexander. That's my pick. That's my pick. And speaking of Joe, he
Hey!
arrived.
Here's my wonderful Campbell's chunky soup and sandwiches.
There you go.
What a dinner. Dinner of champions.
There you go.
What's going on, Jeff? Thanks for starting early.
Yeah, no problem.
Appreciate that. I didn't get out until 7:30 or 7, so the goofy retail schedule continues. But it will come to an end, thankfully. Apparently on Sunday, I think, is my last long day, and then we go back to normal hours, so that's good. Hello, everyone. How are you? Great to see you guys on a Thursday. As Jeff was talking about, I'm not gonna. What were you gonna get to with New Year's, Jeff? Go right ahead.
No, I was asking everyone 3 things that happened in 2021 that they're thankful for. Because it's very easy to talk about how difficult of a year it was, because it was difficult for all of us for various reasons. But what are 3 things that they're thankful for from 2021?
Good way to start. Yeah. Listen, it's and I think I say this all the time, but it bears saying again. All of you, including Jeff, of course, who does so much for this show, Tazzy, Jody, doing their part as well, and for all of you. You guys come and listen to us all the time, and of course, thankful for all of you guys. Of course, it's like Jeff said, it's been a tough year, and even this, which should be a thing to kind of take you away from stuff, doesn't always end up being that because of some garbage that you see on the socials and things like that. And unfortunately, so that's honestly, and I know Jeff mentioned it too, but that's honestly one of the things that I'm going to, how everybody has resolutions, right? You always hear about resolutions and stuff like that. Half the time people make them and they never really, nothing ever comes of it. You do it for a month or so, you forget about it, you stop. I mean, everybody does it. But one of the things that I'm going to really, really try to do is I'm going to try to not get caught up in any of the social media stuff. I know Jeff said he's going to use his personal one mostly to do some lighter things that make him happy. And really, that's really what you should do. And for us with our show, I'm really going to just try to not get into any of that back and forth anymore. Because honestly, it's ridiculous that people just try to make you angry. And so I'm just, it's just sometimes I think just try to avoid that. So that's one of my resolutions, but let's see what people are saying for Jeff's question here. So, what do we got? Kimber. Of course, Johnny Bates starts with Kimber. Non-PG F word and Lee. Yes. Well, there you go. All one thing. Tyler Hahn has a new girlfriend. Well, there you go.
There you go.
Family, increase in money, and good wrestling show, says Deanna. All right. Hello, Steve G. How are you? And friends. Can't forget friends. Yeah, can't forget your friends. Absolutely. Chad's thankful for family, friends, and wrestling. And my brother and sister-in-law are expecting their first child. Well, there you go.
That's awesome.
Bonkers says, thanks for people doing live streaming. You're very welcome. David says 3 things I would say. My family, the return of wrestling fans, and the all of the new wrestling streaming services I found this year, including you all. Well, thank you, Damien, for being a part of that. Joe, your football team is Eastern champions. They are. We'll see. We'll see how far they go. They look pretty impressive, but they're playing a pretty bad team. So we'll see. It's going to be interesting. I mean, back in the playoffs is nice, but I'd like to get, a little further than that, but we'll see. Greg says New Year's Eve. Yes, it is an Eve. James, thankful for all the wrestlers that entertain us. Thankful for all of you and so many others that's in my life. Thankful for WWE, AEW, Ring of Honor, Impact for giving us amazing shows. that would fit for James because James is an
Mhm.
avid wrestling fan. So
Yes.
yeah, it would make sense that he's thankful for all of that. Tyler says all the things that happened this summer. I got to go to a NASCAR race. I went to 2 New York Yankees games, and I'm just so happy I got to do that. Yeah, sometimes you have to
That's
go back.
awesome.
Sometimes you have to go back a ways. You know,
Mhm.
you forget. Like even us, you know, when we do wrestling, and we, you know, it'll take some time until we do our awards show, a few weeks. But when we go back and we look back at all that stuff, sometimes it's hard to remember the stuff that happened way back early in the year. The January, February, March stuff kind of goes out of your mind a little bit, and it's almost as if like you have WrestleMania as kind of that April-ish time, and pretty much from then you kind of tend to remember. But then the stuff that's back earlier in the year, you don't remember so much. So yeah, BTI, as Jeff mentioned, there you go. That's up on the screen. So Decay and VSK and Zicky Dice, that should be pretty good. And I think it's starting.
Yeah.
It's starting right now. Yes,
Starting
it is.
right now.
So there you go. There you go. Did you mention, you talked about our schedule, I'm sure, probably already.
Yeah. I told them that we'll be here Saturday for day one. And we'll get to them with a time.
Yeah, that's exciting. First time ever that show will be done, and we will be doing it. And it's, you know, it's kind of a thing with us now. We did that New Year's Eve thing last year, of course, and that seems like only yesterday, really, with Josh Alexander and Jade, that we had them on the show. So yeah, now instead of having New Year's Eve, we will do New Year's Day. And that'll be a lot of fun. That's shaping up to be what looks like an exciting card. Just you know, let's just count our chickens that everyone gets there okay, because we know that there are a good amount of wrestlers and stuff that are out. Seth Rollins, I know, being one of them, but there's unfortunately a lot of them that are out. So that's a shame, and hopefully it doesn't mess up the pay-per-view too much. I just put wrestling on, says James. You just put the Impact show on. We've got Decay coming out. Rosemary Havoc, Black Taurus, and Crazy Steve. The whole gang is there.
Whole crew.
The whole gang of Decay is there. What Jeff and I are going to do tonight, because again, it's a look back show. Other than this match, it's a show where, you know, they're going to be just doing look backs and stuff like that, doing some awards. So this week, while they're doing it, because we talked about Christmas stuff last week, so this week we're basically we'll tell you what our awards are. Basically, not the TIGs, that's for another show, but just Impact stuff. We'll kind of tell you what, you know, who we thought was male wrestler of the year, female wrestler of the year, match of the year, things like that. We'll do that all just Impact themed throughout tonight's show. So that's what we'll be doing, and you guys can do the same. You guys can shout out what yours are as well to us when we get there. One of the coolest entrances in all of Impact is Decay, and they are in the ring right now. And the lights go on. Roman Reigns is out too, Dana says. Really?
I hadn't heard that.
I hadn't heard that either. Yeah, I don't know. I like I said, I hope it's I hope that clears up in a couple of days, but I don't know. I know they changed the rules where as long as you're not, I think it's, what is it? As long as you're not tested positive, it's 5 days now. I think it is.
Yeah.
If you're just around people.
Yeah.
Whew. Well, let's hope. I know. I was telling Jeff that they had a live event WWE did in New York at MSG. It was just this past Sunday, I think it was, and they couldn't field a lot of the roster. They had to have Ciampa and Pete Dunne in that event because they just couldn't. They couldn't fill out the matches. So yeah, I hope. Yeah, we'll see. I hope that doesn't have to be the case. But Zicky Dice biting Crazy Steve. Well, that's a turnaround. That's a turnaround. And does a little dance. Nice. Don't forget, we have that Zicky pay-per-view coming up, too.
That's right.
In January as well. So that'll be fun as well. So a lot of good names for that so far.
I think we have a pay-per-view every weekend of January.
I was going to say, that would make sense. Because you got day one. Then you've got Impact, you've got the Zicky Dice show, and then you got Royal Rumble.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that would make sense. Going to be a really, really fast start to the year.
Yeah.
Tarus goes for the cover and a kick out from Zicky Dykes, the outlandish one. Roman is only not doing house shows, says James. Oh, okay. Okay. Well, that's good. I know SmackDown tomorrow is a look back show, so it's not a live event. It's a look back at the year for WWE. So that is not live tomorrow night. Dana says I hear Reed pulled out of the live event. I've not seen that. I haven't seen anything about Roman. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. I heard you talking about the Tony Storm stuff.
Yeah.
That continues to trickle out with news. Someone saying that she flew herself out of the area of the event, basically paid for her own plane fare, which they don't do. They, of course, WWE pays for that when they fly them around, but she paid for her own plane fare to go home and left. And now they're saying she quit. And that she was not released. She quit of her own volition. WWE came out with that memo saying that they mutually agreed to whatever, and they let her go. Apparently, the news is that she can't wrestle anywhere else until her contract runs out with them. So I don't know the information on how long the contract is, but listen, if she was signed on for a year or 2 years, the way that she left, they will not let her out of that, I don't think.
Right.
So we may not see her, everybody assuming right away. And, all of the Twitterites were out there with she's going right to AEW. She's going right to not so fast. Not so fast. That may not happen for a little while. So as I said, and Jeff said the same thing. The only thing we hope in all this is we wish her well. We don't know why it happened. Bottom line, we don't know what happened. We don't know why it happened. We don't know why she did it. I mean, for all we know, it could have been something personal. It could have been, something going on in her life. It could have been a family thing. It could be anything. Right. So we can't be so fast to assume because you just don't know. And, everyone knows what it means to assume, right? You've all heard that. It might be a little old for some of you, but take the word assume, right? If you don't know this, take the word assume, right? And then divide it. And it says it makes an ass out of you and me, right? So assume. Yes, it's very old, but it works. So yeah.
This is where I wish I had the live graphics where I could
with the little divider in it. I'll never forget the first time I heard that. It had to be on a sitcom way back when. I think I must have heard that, but that's hilarious. I love that. It's so good.
Yeah.
I hope Tony could go to Impact because her future husband works for that company. Yeah, look, Tony. I mean, we love Impact, Jeff and I, if that's not evident by now. So anybody that could come here is a plus. And I love Tony. She was great, and I don't know. Listen, we don't know. We just don't know. The same thing happened with Kylie Ray. She just up and didn't show up for a show, and nobody knew. And people checked on her to make sure she's okay. She was okay. And then you find out a few months later that, she was having some issues and she just had to get away. And listen, these people are human. And I mentioned that on our show. Sometimes we forget that because they're entertainers, but they're human beings too. And it could have been something like that where she just had to get out for a little bit. And that maybe could have been it. And who knows? Like I said, we just don't know. Hey, Mark, how are you? Larry, Rosemary, and Havoc look like a real tag team now with matching colors. We've got Crazy Steve hopping over the top of VSK, now ducking under a clothesline. Now, nice takedown there. Oh, that's a vicious move there from Crazy Steve. Rosemary distracting the referee outside. Yeah, they've all got the same colors, don't they? Orange and black. They're all dressed for Halloween.
Yeah, I like it.
Little change from all the Christmas colors. I realized something. Orton has been the legend mover for a while and sent someone's ass to AEW. Yeah, Randy Orton, the legend mover. Hey, Chad. Doesn't shock me. Deanna, they're already blaming Charlotte. Yeah, see, that's what I mean. Like, nobody knows anything at all. That's another thing I'm going to make a resolution to now that I'm thinking about it, and I'm going to stop reading dirt sheets because I get caught up in it too, just like you guys do. I'm going to stop reading dirt sheets. Period. I'm just not going to do it anymore because you know what? They are half they're about a lot of them are about a 70-30 split where they're wrong 70% of the time. And I'm just not going to get into it anymore because whether they think they do or not, or profess to, they lead to a lot of this crap that goes on Twitter. They really, really do. There's the cover. Tarus gets Zicky dice, and it is Decay that wins it. Someone in the audience with a Decay sign. We were talking about matches of the year. One of mine was, and James Chadwick. I wonder if you might like it too. Sami Callihan versus Moose.
Oh yeah,
remember that one? As I said, sometimes we just don't remember some of these things. But Sami and Moose, that was insane. And then of course you want to, and Sami and Kenny Omega as well. That's when we got introduced to the pizza cutter.
Yep.
The pizza cutter match that forever ruined pizza cutters for me. Lots of prayers would be appreciated. I have a family member who's tested for COVID. There must be at least 5-6 people now in my store that I work at that have it. So it's spreading again like wildfire. So yeah, of course, thoughts and prayers out for anyone who is dealing with that. We have a drive-by. Hey, Lori, how are you? Happy New Year. Hope you are doing well. There's a Zahn. How are you? I only trust Essa. Yeah, listen, you guys can all read whoever you guys want to read, and some people will only trust certain people, and some people, and that's cool. That's cool. You guys gotta do what you got to do. Personally, I've stopped watching any of them on YouTube. Any of those ones on YouTube are ridiculous. More often than not, they're doing it for clicks. And some of the people that I look to for news and stuff, but I'm not going to be looking at trying purposely not to look at that kind of stuff as much as I can because a lot of it's just garbage. Everybody's saying hello. Jensen the best. Hello to you. Half of my coworkers, our store has got a lot of people, unfortunately, there that have it. God, I miss Sammy. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Hopefully he gets back as soon as he possibly can. The show starts, Jensen, in about 15 minutes. We are behind those on Access TV. So Jeff mentioned it earlier. Access TV starts at 8, so they're already 15 minutes ahead. We are finishing the BTI broadcast right now, and then it will start 15 minutes after this ends at 8:30. So if you're watching along with us, cool. If you're not, like Jeff's mentioned also, please don't give away any of the awards or anything like that. Really not much to spoil with these, but they are doing awards. So don't spoil the awards ahead of time for the rest of the chat, if you would, please. Matt and Chelsea got married. Very cool. Travis, we don't want any verses, anything. No verses. I don't like verses anymore. Vroom. Hey, Lori. Beep, beep. Roadrunner. A lot of dirt sheets are just, a lot of stuff. Listen, a lot of stuff on Twitter and all. Twitter and YouTube, a lot of it's clickbait. Veer is the man going to start WW. Good Lord. That's on. Oh, my goodness.
Whenever he shows up in 2024.
Yeah, right. Lance Archer liked my tweet last night. That's cool. That's very cool. I got look at my daughter got me, Jeff, one of these huge Yeti mugs. I love these things.
Those things are awesome.
It's the 64-ounce one. I could bring water with me and it stays perfectly cold all day long. I love it. I don't watch Impact. Thought I'd give it a watch. Where can you watch it? In England. Our England people, James Chadwick and others, can you please let Jensen know where you watch Impact? Well, Jensen, we are watching on their YouTube channel. So you can go to Impact on YouTube and you can sign up for their insider program. Whenever they use that word, I cringe now. And you know what? They were using it on Busted Open this morning, and I was cringing then too. But yes, that copyright anyway. You can go to their YouTube page. You can sign up for 99 cents. It's literally $1. And watch. There's a $4.99 one too. It's a monthly charge, of course. There's $4.99 one too, but that gives you more stuff, so you can do pay-per-views and all that kind of stuff if you want to check it out there. Otherwise, the only other place would be Access TV. I don't know in England if there's anything different. There might be. Larry says there was an Impact show a few months ago, random match of Trey Miguel versus Drama King. It was a technically excellent match. Flowed perfectly from move to move. Both wrestlers knew exactly what the other one was doing. That might be my match of the year. Wow. Okay. All right. Everything is different for everybody. That's awesome. Johnny Bates is a Hook fan. You know what? I had no clue who the dude was. I really didn't. I don't watch AEW as much as I watch the other shows, and I haven't been able to watch the last few weeks because I just have been too busy. I didn't realize it was Taz's son. I had no idea that's who he was. That's pretty cool. So yeah, I had no clue. Apparently he's a big fan favorite, I guess, right now. It kind of came out of nowhere. Zion responded to me yesterday. Made my day. Well, there you go. Tazzy definitely needs to be on the podcast for the indie wrestling interview because the person at one, she is a little crazy in the ring, says Chad. YouTuber fight. There you go. Okay, so it's on Fight TV too, over in England. All right, well there you go. Saw my Michael Myers Funko Pop. Yeah, Chad, I got that from my daughter for Christmas. It's a Myers house. Let's see, I have it right here actually. Boop. So they're making houses now, Funko houses, and it's cool because there's a little sign there, and it says Strode on the sign because her father, of course, Laurie Strode's father was the real estate agent, so it says Strode on the front. But it's a replica of the Myers house, and then of course you got Michael with there's Michael right there. He came with the house. So, yeah, I think that's cool. I was telling Jeff, as a horror fan, that's kind of neat because they can do that with a lot of other horror things. They could do the Friday 13th. They could do Jason's Shack. They've had, what else? I mean, they could do horror houses. You could do the Amityville Horror house. You could do, oh, my goodness, what else? There's the slasher films themselves. I mean, Freddy, of course, could do the Boiler Room with Freddy. Just tons of stuff that they could do with that. So I think that's cool. I didn't even know that existed. They are a Spirit Halloween exclusive. You can only get them from Spirit Halloween. So that's kind of cool. Smart too, because it makes people buy stuff off of Spirit Halloween's website during the non-Halloween months. Tessa Blanchard was the China of Impact and was the very first female world champion. We came on after Tessa's time, Tony. But yeah, I mean, I know that she was very, very popular when she was in Impact, and she was doing a lot of stuff. She was wrestling men, at times and stuff like that. So we kind of came on after the whole thing with her happening. Of course, she hasn't been back since. Now she's going to be back next year in that new wrestling promotion that's coming back, which we're going to look into, and we've mentioned that. So we're going to watch that closely and see what that's going to be. And we'll see if we get enough interest. Maybe we'll do. Maybe we'll have watch-alongs for that. It'll be something different for us to do. Day one is rocking. Bobby Fish in AEW. Make sure you don't let your Yeti cup sitting around. People tend to take them. They have a hard time taking mine, Jason, because it weighs a ton. The 64-ounce one, it's you have this full and you have ice in this thing. You literally lift weights with this. It's heavy. They have a tough time taking that. But yeah, my oldest daughter got it for me, and I know they go for like $70. They're not cheap. Hook, who the fook is that guy? Hook is good, but overhyped, says Deanna. I don't, again, like I said, I was just reading up on him because I kept seeing stuff on Twitter about him, and I didn't really know who he was. So I read up on him, and I had no idea. I mean, he's definitely got a look of a wrestler. With the hair, with the longer hair and stuff like that. So he's definitely got the look to him. I just didn't know who he was. I didn't know he was a second gen wrestler. It's not on TV in the UK anymore. I paid the $1. No credit card or anything needed. Just pay with Google Play. Yeah, there you go. It's only $1. Hook is the 4th greatest wrestler to exist. Wow, Johnny Bates. Wow. That's going quite a ways. Hey guys, just left gym. Hey Derek, how are you? Derek's pumping up at the gym. Jeff, I was out last night with some of my coworkers for drinks. Now I don't drink. We had some shots, and I end up doing a shot that they call green tea. Well, let me tell you, it smelled and it tasted just like green tea. It's one of those things that they get a combination of stuff in there that, and when you put it up, you smell it, and it was like, wow, it smells like green tea. It was very good. It was very good. But yeah, so we had a good time. It was just some of us, a couple of coworkers and stuff, went to a local restaurant and had some. We had a couple drinks here and there, but it was fun. But yeah, I'm not a drinker. I don't drink, but that was pretty good. That was pretty good. I love the inspiration. Tony, you're not the only one. A lot of people do. What are we talking about? Derek, we're talking about a little bit of everything. Little bit of everything. Primarily, we're going to be talking about Impact. This is the best of 2021 part 2 tonight. They're going to give out some more awards, and Jeff and I are going to talk about our awards for the year. So you guys in the chat can start thinking about all that. So those of you who have watched all year long, and those of you who didn't, it doesn't really matter. Who is your male wrestler of the year? Female? Could be anybody. This is all a you opinion, so it doesn't have to follow anybody else. This is all what you guys think, and when we go through them, you could tell us what yours are. But male, female. Let's go match of the year. Why don't we do tag team? Let's go male, female. Let's go tag team. Let's go match. What else? We'll do 5. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. What else should we do? Want to do pay-per-view? You do pay-per-view.
Yeah.
All right. So there you go. Male, female, tag team, match, and pay-per-view. All of Impact. So start thinking about it, and we'll go through them as we go. Again, I'm sure Jeff mentioned, but no ATI, no After the Impact tonight. With nothing really to do, again, because nothing really to talk about, no storyline development or anything like that tonight. We may get a promo or two, but nothing really to do there. So we'll skip that. We'll get back to that in the new year, which is crazy next week. Christine one. Oh, that's a good idea, Gene. That's another good idea. Yeah, you could do cars. I mean, now that they're doing houses, the bets are off. They could do almost anything. What is your thoughts on Hook totally no-selling a pile driver, says James Shadwick?
I wasn't a fan. Yeah, I wasn't a fan of that.
That was AEW. I didn't see it.
Yeah.
Who was he wrestling?
Oh, gosh. I'm trying to think of who he wrestled. I forget who he was wrestling. But completely no-sold a Rikishi driver.
Yeah.
It's just like, you know what? That was used as a finisher before, but
I don't like the no-selling of stuff like Jeff said that they use as a finishing move.
Bear Bronson.
Okay. Yeah, I don't dig that stuff. I really don't. I don't like, and it's not just AEW. Everybody does it. I don't like them no-selling stuff like, I mean, a pile driver. Listen, way back, and Jeff, I don't know if you remember him, Ray the Crippler Stevens. Ray Stevens was one of the first to use a pile driver that I saw. Now, I mean, I'm sure it was out there before, but Ray Stevens used that as a finisher, and no one got up from that move. No one. So it's become one of those things where, again, the Undertaker had, he had his, and the kicking out of that, I was never a fan of it. Because that's supposed to be such a devastating move, like on the back of your neck and back and stuff like that. I don't. And I'm not just saying it because I didn't see that match. I didn't see the match you're talking about. I didn't see the hook match or him selling it. I'm saying in general, I don't think that that's a move somebody should no sell. I don't think anybody should bounce right back up from that.
Right.
I think at the very least you should sell it that you're injured, and then if you get back up okay during the course of the match, that's fine. But I don't really think anyone should no sell that move. It's just it's supposed to be a devastating move, and I don't agree. Hey, John, how are you? I'd like Tony Storm to join Impact. Yeah, another person mentioned it. Tony needs time to rest. Well, we don't know. We don't know anything about what Tony's doing. We don't know. So we have no idea what's going on. We have no idea why she left or any of that stuff. I'm not going to assume anything. Is Impact having a show or old matches recap, hurt and heal? It's a best of 2021. It's a part 2 of last week's show. So it's essentially the same kind of stuff we got last week. The recap of matches, we'll get repeat matches and stuff like that. They might do some promos, but and the awards, but that's it. So it's their last Impact of the year, and it's the same thing we had last week. Jeff says I'm tired. Been a rough week. Sophie Dofi. Hello, Sophie Dofi. It's a funny name. Jake Paul. I'm not a big fan. He doesn't really do anything for me. I don't know. I'm not really a boxing fan. I'm not really so I don't know. He doesn't do anything for me. You left Jim. Someone go get Jim, damn it. Screw Marty Scroll. Where'd that come from? That came out of left field.
Yeah.
Another wrestling company, I think Tuesday afternoon about 3 p.m. doesn't have a wrestling show yet. Odin's son, hello. Got to step up the workouts. Me versus Nick Aldis. Oh, God. You're going to need a lot more than that, Derek. Sophie says, oh, thanks for the donation, Sophie. Wow, Impact is still a thing. It is very much a thing. Yes, we do this every week.
It's amazing.
It is. It's very good. It is very good. Roman Reigns, Male of the Year. Well, that would be WWE, Sophie. So we're going to try to stick to. We will have our own awards for everything. They are called the TIGS Awards. We will be doing those in January when we get done with the Impact pay-per-view. Probably our Sunday show after that. So watch for that. We'll be doing all of the awards combined. We got a lot of votes in, and they are your votes. So we will announce all the winners of who you voted. For all of those wrestlers and all of the stuff we had in the categories. But tonight, we're basically just focusing on Impact because we're doing Impact. NWA USA's free YouTube show starts next week. Female of the Year, Sasha Banks. Wrestler of the Year, Steve G says. Match of the Year, Sophie's name and WWE people. Male of Impact has to be Eddie Edwards and female Deonna Purrazzo. I'm bringing my kids to their first ever wrestling show next Sunday. That's awesome, Odin's son. Where are you taking them? What show?
I know Odin's son is close to me. So
okay.
I'm going to a show in a couple weeks, hopefully.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
What show?
It's a local student show. One of my coworkers
nice.
is training to be a wrestler.
Wow.
So she has her first student show. So
that's cool.
So yeah, hopefully things don't get messed up by then, and we can actually go to it. It'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah. I did see. I was talking to Jeff too. Impact had a live schedule that went out. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, is on the live schedule. So we're both maybe looking into that because it's right around the same time that we have those tickets to see Bray, though. So I don't know if it's the same weekend. If it is, obviously, then that's kind of out the window. But we're going to look into that because I'd love to go to an Impact live show. That would be amazing. Let's see. The male wrestler Johnny Swinger for entertainment value Female wrestler Deanna. Tag Team Fire and Flava pay-per-view Throwback Throwdown 2. As it was funny. It was very funny. John Madden. Yeah. That was sad news. They're going to do a moment of silence for him in every football game this coming Sunday. So, legend in the business. He and Pat Summerall were they were one of the best announced teams that I used to listen to, and were a huge part of my football fandom. And of course, the Cowboys. They did a lot of Cowboys games, and Madden was one of the best. I mean, his whack boom, that kind of stuff that he would do, very animated. I don't know if a lot of people know he was afraid to fly. He never got on a plane. He had that Madden. They called it the Madden Express, which was a bus. And so when the show was over, he would get in his bus and he would head on to the next city across the country. So imagine if he had a game or a football game in Los Angeles and had to be all the way across the country for the following week. That's basically what he did. He was on the road the entire time because he would not fly in a plane. So, yeah.
Hey, Gust.
Gust is here. Hello, Gust. Jake the Snake for years. No one kicked out of a DDT. Yeah, that's a good point, too. That's another devastating move. I agree. That's another one I don't think people should kick out of. Favorite memories of John Madden? Oh, jeez. I just liked it when he would do he would describe the play, and he'd have the thing he would draw. And I mean, it pales in comparison to today's technology, but he would do he'd circle the guy here, and when he would for the Cowboys, Madden always liked the big dudes. He always liked the big guys, and with the Cowboys, he would always talk about Nate Newton. And Nate Newton, if you don't know him, was a lineman for the Cowboys in the 90s, and he was just a big dude. And he was, the players had bust on him for eating a lot and stuff like that. Madden loved him. And when he was, big Nate Newton is that, and that's Madden was. I have a lot of memories of them, and he and Pat Summerall, like I said, were just such a great team together. So a lot of stuff. Do you have any particular things you remember about Madden, Jeff?
I'm gonna go talk about food and talk about the turducken.
Oh yes.
For Thanksgiving, you go through those Thanksgiving games to get the leg or whatever piece you wanted.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. And then when they would award that to them, and they would they'd each pull a leg off that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
That was awesome. But just, man, his knowledge of the game and just breaking things down. I mean, it was second to none. I mean, honestly, I loved him and Pat Summerall. Yes. Absolutely. Yeah. Any game that you could watch with those two and they're back and forth, that's how you want to be.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's how you want it to be when you have a game commentated.
They played off each other just so well, because Summerall was a little more of the serious, let's just talk about the game, let's get down to business kind of a guy. But then John was just so, the animated things he would do. And oh my God, why do they keep playing this? Are they trying to rub this in Josh's face?
I know, man.
Every week? It's like, stop. This is horrible. Poor Josh has to keep watching this as the highlights every single week. Good Lord. Chris Farley did a great job, Madden. Yeah. He's hard to do an impression of, because he just had like a very distinctive voice. But yeah, it is. No one that watched football when they were growing up, especially in the 80s and 90s and stuff like that. The 80s, mostly through the 80s, but no one would probably remember anything without John Madden. He just was such a big part of it. It's a troll job on John. I'm starting to think that, Derek, because this is the second week in a row now they showed this.
Yeah.
I mean, they showed it at the end of last week too. Now the beginning of this. Let's see. I heard when Mercedes debuted, there were crickets in the arena, says Sophie. I have no idea. I have no idea. I again, I didn't watch the show last night. I heard she came out and when she beat up Thunder Rosa. Is that what it was? Yeah. Yeah. I've read about it and I heard she went after Thunder Rosa. Um, Look, again, we don't know. Got Scott Demore on the this from Hard to Kill.
Yeah.
And
this is BTI again, Joe.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I have Matt Cardona on my screen.
Yeah, this was on BTI.
Oh, okay. All right.
So they're showing BTI again. So it looks like they uploaded the wrong video.
Oh, seriously? It's the same thing?
It's the same thing.
Oh, brother. Good God. I mean, you know what? No wonder it was a repeat. Thinking, why are they showing this again? Oh, for God's sake, Impact. Why can you never get this stuff right? What's happened with the show? They have big labels on the tapes. It will happen. Calm down. Chat's going ballistic. I love it. There were crickets. They were trying to see who she was. They couldn't tell. Gresham versus Josh for Ring of Honor Championship is coming up. No, he's... Oh.
Yeah, that's coming up, too, at Terminus, I believe.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
That's going to be a big card.
Mercedes was... Yeah, she was in Impact. Yep. She was on a pay-per-view. She wrestled Mickie James. That's why nobody's doing a SmackDown podcast tomorrow, because it's a best of. Yeah. Best ofs are okay. Like I said, you just get to chat. It's not often when you can just chat during a show. Someone is uploading on their phone from Cardona's wedding. Like I was going to say, we don't know how long these guys signed for. We just found out today, I think that Bronson Reed is only signed with them up through April. So probably up through Slammiversary, I would imagine. And they must do that with wrestlers because it's the same kind of contract I think that Morrissey had. But that doesn't always necessarily mean that they're going to leave. Morrissey stayed and re-signed, so that could be what Jonah ends up doing too. We'll see. It might just be that they just don't sign him to long-term stuff. They might just sign him to shorter contracts. Everybody's going to be different. So maybe Mercedes was only signed on for something similar, just a smaller amount of time. When are you going to admit that the Big Show was highly underrated?
The Big Show.
The Big Show.
On Netflix.
Oh, my God. I haven't seen it. I have not seen it. Best of 2021, does that mean Fiend footage? Not unless the Fiend went to Impact and I didn't know about it. Odin's son. This is just Impact Wrestling, dude. Speaking of Netflix, it starts tomorrow.
Yep.
Cobra Kai, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Cobra Kai starts tomorrow. Oh, I can't wait. I'll be binging
I've got to catch up.
I'll be binging that tomorrow for sure. I will be binging that for sure. Worst year of Bray far as wrestling. Worst year of Bray far. I don't know what your meat is on. Ozan, you're a downer tonight. Get a little positive. Get a little happy. You're getting all this like bad news. What are you, the bad dirt sheet in the chat tonight? My feeling is that no one can replace Matt. And I heard that Tony Romo could be this generation's prominent NFL voice. I could see that because he explained. Yeah, he's different. He's different. And he calls plays before they actually happen and stuff like that. So he's different. Listen, there's not going to be any. You can't really replace him. He was his own guy. It's hard to replace anyone like that. So, but you'll have different people come around doing things their own way. A lot of them are former players that go and do that. So, I got better things to do than watch the Big Show shit show. Never watched Cobra Kai. Oh, you don't know what you're missing.
That's great.
Yeah, you must have seen Johnny Bates. Have you seen The Karate Kid? Please tell me you have. If you have, then you need to watch Cobra Kai. Derek says, Jesus on. Snap out of it. Yeah, it's on. Get positive, would you? Did this, get
Well,
a
he
little.
just did. He said Reggie had a great year.
Okay. All right. Well, there you go. So he got something positive out of Bazan. There you go. Does this mean Impact is starting at 9:50? I have no clue, dude. I have no idea. It's like a crapshoot sometimes with their streams. There people are in the chat saying, "Let's be patient, guys." I watched the Big Show. It wasn't that good. Odin's son. Everyone else was talking about stuff. I'll always vote Rosemary as top Impact female. LOL. It's okay. Probably wouldn't be the only one. Oh gosh. Well, if they're gonna make us wait, which it looks like they are, and this time there's no one in the chat from Impact themselves. There was last week.
I don't know that they're gonna get the right one up there, Joe.
Yeah, I would. They may not. Yeah, they may not because it's recorded, and I would bet you, because we're only a day away from New Year's Eve, that they. Oh well, no, there they are. No, okay, there is somebody in the chat. They were there. They said BTI shouldn't be premiering. This is what we call an F up. We're fixing this now. Apologies. An F up should be called an impact. Just call it an impact. You know what? Let's just all do that. Whenever you screw something up, whether it's at home, at work, if you trip or something like that, damn impact. You just call it an impact. Just call it an impact when you screw something up. That was a really bad impact. Best of shows are sometimes hit and miss. They focused on open bar with Cardona. Maybe they are. Well, at least the person mentioned it, so hopefully they're going to get it fixed. But I don't. As far as the start time, I have no idea. All right, let's. Oops, I did an impact. Yeah, that's good. Yep. Hey, Tyler, welcome back. All right, so let's start off. We'll start off our Impact Awards. So let's start with Male Wrestler of the Year. So let's start off with Male Wrestler of the Year. So who is your Male Impact Wrestler of the Year in chat? Tell us who yours is. Let us know. You can tell us why you feel the way you do. But who was your Male Wrestler of the Year? Jeff, there's a good amount of choices for this.
Mm-hmm.
But I really don't have. I think to me, the man who told us that this was going to be his biggest year ever, and I think he lived up to it. And I can't really change my mind about it. I'm going to go with Josh Alexander. I can't really say that anyone had a better year than he did. He went on to get the X Division Championship. He defended it multiple times in some amazing matches. And then he, of course, had the championship match. He won the championship. Didn't have long to celebrate it as Moose took it right off of him. But his body of work this year, just overall, the matches that he had and some of the things that he accomplished this year, I really have to say it was Josh Alexander's year. And I think he was 100% right when he told us that it was going to be back in January of last year. So for me, it was definitely Josh Alexander. So Jeff, what say you? James saying Moose and Josh. Super C says Josh. Let's see. Josh, hands down, says Jason. Josh says Chad. So looks like pretty many people saying the same thing. Jeff, what do you say? Wait, Impact has a message. Okay, guys, we got a technical error on the back end. You'll be sent to the EOY show from here in this chat in a few minutes. So we're going to have to watch the chat. So if you're watching on the YouTube page, watch the chat because they're going to post a link in their chat that's going up the screen right now. So watch their chat and watch for the link, and they're going to have a link to the end of the year show. So that's how you're going to get it. Jeff, who was your male wrestler of the year for Impact?
Josh.
Yeah.
Hands down, no question for me. Yeah, I can't even. I it's easy to say Moose
Right.
too, and it's hard to split them up. But I gotta say Josh. Gotta say Josh.
Yeah, yeah, I think so. I would agree. I think so. I think that he was just hands down above everyone. I think, and the things that he did, the matches, like I said, the matches he was in. I just think overall, this was Josh's year, and he just absolutely killed it. He told us he would, and he lived up to that. So. How many people in this chat watch Impact all year to vote? It doesn't matter, Sophie. If you watch it at all, you can vote whatever you want to. I'm not going to stop anyone that didn't watch it all year. But anyone can vote that wants to. I really don't care. Josh, hands down. I was amazed the other day when I saw how old Rohit is. He's 41. Rohit looks a lot younger than he is. Yeah, a lot younger. Spider-Man was awesome. I've seen it twice now. Yes, it was very good. Shark Boy. Well, I want to say Kenny, multiple champion for multiple companies. No one else was doing that. I'm not going to stop you from saying that. I mean, he's not really an Impact superstar. He was their champion, yes, but he was always AEW. So, but hey, if that's what you feel like, J-Hub, then that's cool. That's cool. I mean, he was in a lot of their pay-per-views this year for sure. So, it's a toss-up between Moose and Josh. But based on his career as of late these past few months, I'm probably going to lean more towards Josh as Damien. Outpacked Wrestling effed up again. Commander C No H2K won't be on YouTube pay-per-view. We were invited to do BFG by YouTube, but they still are tinkering with their experience. Hopefully we'll do Rebellion. I don't know what the hell they're talking about there. You should open it up to AEW since some showed up on Impact most of the year. They showed up, but they were only there once or twice. I'm not gonna. I mean, this is strictly people who were in Impact throughout the year. So AEW is gonna have their own awards and stuff like that, Sophie. So has to be Josh mainly because of the Iron Man match. That was an amazing match. Yeah, absolutely amazing match.
And to answer Sophie's earlier question, most of the people here that are here for the watch along do watch along with us every week for Impact. So they've been watching most of the year, if not the whole year, right along with us.
Very true. I don't watch either company. I only watch Raw and SmackDown. Okay. I would invite you to watch along if you're here with us for Impact, then I invite you to give it a shot if you've never watched it before. Christian Cage for his Impact World run. Impact for life, baby. I'll let you know when I see that because I'm keeping an eye on the chat. So I'll let you know when I see that link go up. This is Jordan Grace, is what you were talking about before with Jordan and Deonna Purrazzo.
Yeah.
When Deonna wins, of course. All right. Well, there you go. So that is our male wrestler of the year. And there you're seeing a hard to kill. I have all of the matches in. Listen to these matches. If you guys haven't heard all of this yet. Trey Miguel versus Macklin, which is for the X Division Championship.
Mm-hmm.
We've got Knockouts Ultimate X. We've got Tasha Steelz, Lady Frost, Rachel Ellering, Jordan Grace, Rosemary, and Chelsea Green in that. We've got The Inspiration versus The Influence for the Knockouts Tag Team Championships. We've got Jonathan Gresham against Chris Sabin for the ROH World Championship. We've got Deonna versus Mickey, Part 2 for the Knockouts World Championship. We've got Josh versus Jonah We've got Cardona, Moose, and Morrissey for the Impact World title. What a card.
Yeah.
What an amazing card. What an amazing card. No link in the chat, J-Hub. No, I haven't seen it yet. I'm watching for it. I haven't seen it yet. I'm watching for the yellow Impact sign there as to when they link it.
Yeah, we talked about the card a little bit earlier in the stream. I mean, it's ridiculous, man.
Yeah,
It's crazy. And it's next weekend.
Yeah, and it's not even. I mean, that's a Slammiversary worthy card.
Oh yeah, for sure,
without a doubt. And the fact that it's going to be right off the bat in January is pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. I used to watch Impact when it was a pay-per-view only company. I watched TNA a lot in the past, and then when it got to the 5-sided ring, I kind of got away from it. I didn't watch as much then. The trailer for Doctor Strange 2 is nuts. They played that at the end of Spider-Man. And now, of course, it's out all over the place. But, yeah, a lot of rumors swirling about what's going to go on with that. That's going to be interesting if any of it's true. Hard to Kill is a killer card for next weekend. Can't wait. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. And it's only what? Yeah, like Jeff said, it's a week away.
It's a week away.
1 week on Saturday. So we've got day one, which is in 2 days. Mm-hmm. And then we got the Impact pay-per-view, which is in 8 days. Yeah, dude, that's insane. That is crazy. It's going to be a crazy start to the year. No link yet. So they're taking a time. Or no, wait, what's this? Nope, that's still the same post. They're certainly taking their time getting us the link, aren't they? Oh, goodness.
That's gonna screw me because I'm watching on the TV. So,
oh, are you? You're watching on Access?
No, I'm watching on YouTube, but on my Roku TV. So.
Oh, okay. Aye. Well, we'll see. We'll see how this goes. Since this is only a look back thing anyway, we'll see. Because I know Jeff has an early morning tomorrow, so we'll see. We may just cut this at 10 and go from there. Because if it keeps going, we're going to be going to 10:30 and whatnot. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But maybe we'll just cut it at 10, since it is because that's what we planned anyway. And like I said, Jeff has an early morning at work, so we'll see if we might just get out at 10 regardless. They'll probably just be showing the last award right around that time anyway, and then maybe just going to their last match that they're going to show. So yeah. So many wrestling fans have no idea who is on Impact. I've told AEW fans who were excited about seeing Japanese wrestlers on Dynamite that they had been on Impact a few times. They never knew. Impact needs to promote itself better.
Agreed.
Yep. Hernandez agrees with you too.
Mm-hmm.
And when the interview we just did with him, so yes. Male star of the year is Rich Swann. Okay, Herd Heel. I'm down with that.
And that's a good call too, because I mean, think about the beginning of the year. Think about how Rich ended the year.
Yep.
And then came into 2021 with a lot of momentum, and had that big match with Kenny.
Yep, I'm down with that. I'm down with that choice. Are you going to watch day one? It looks like the card could change at any time. It doesn't AEW have a special next Sunday as well? We're doing the pay-per-view for. We're doing day one regardless. We're doing day one regardless. It may change, but whatever. Only two things that will survive a nuclear bomb: cockroaches and Impact Wrestling. They just put a thing in saying almost there. Almost there.
Almost
there. It's the scene from Star Wars. The ending when they're fighting, when they're going, oh, well, now we have the Iceman coming up. I hear Mike Bennett is heading into Impact soon. Only male star of the year is Swann. There are so many wrestling fans have no idea. Yeah, I did all that. If you watched What If, yes, I did watch What If, and yes, I get where you're coming from, Sophie. I have a geek group on Facebook that I am the head geek, if you will. I keep up with all of that stuff. So yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yes, if you haven't seen the trailer, there's an evil Doctor Strange in it, and it's probably, but they haven't confirmed it, but it could be the Doctor Strange from What If. Yes. Um, but they're naming very exciting names of people that may be in that film. They mentioned the Illuminati, and if you're not familiar with comics, the Illuminati is a group of people who were like the head honchos of the heroes. So basically, it included Doctor Strange, it included Tony Stark. Of course, Tony's passed away in the MCU, but it also includes Mr. Fantastic from the Fantastic Four, Black Bolt from the Inhumans, and Professor Xavier. So, if that comes to pass, we could be getting all of the mutant characters possibly coming in with that film. That's maybe how they introduce a lot of these characters, which would really be cool. So we'll see. Day one is a mystery. WWE could fire. They're not gonna fire half the card, Larry Bongo. Oi, people, positivity. Positivity, please. Impact needs to be a channel that has that everybody has. Now that I agree with. Yes, and Jeff mentioned that too. Yes, they could get on a better network. I totally agree with you. Now, what did he say? He said the file is not allowing us to premiere to insiders. We're online with our partners, whatever that means. I'm still agreeing with Jeff, and I would bet you it's a crapshoot as to whether we're going to see this at all. Almost there, like Veer, almost to Raw. Oh God. ROH and Impact both started around the same time, and one is getting put on hiatus. My female wrestler of the year in Impact is Tazzie's wife, Tasha Steelz.
You want to go there next, Joe?
Yeah, why don't we? Hawkeye was a good show. Yes, it was. P.D. Williams for Impact World Champion, says Landon. P.D. Williams fan. There you go. P.D. is P.D. is now in WWE. Actually, he's a producer for SmackDown, I think, if I'm correct.
Big Papa, well, Little Papa Pump.
Yeah.
Maple Leaf Muscle.
What's Iceman saying? Let's see what Iceman has to say real quick.
I agree with James's statement there.
What did James say? Where is it?
Hey, Impact, sort your shit out in 2022.
Yes, that should be a resolution for Impact. Yes, yes. They should really figure out how to get this technical stuff corrected. Unable to premiere the show, they're online with their partners. So what if canon in the Marvel Cinematic? What if is canon? Yeah, apparently, I guess. We don't know yet, Sophie. I have no idea. I wish I could give you an answer. I don't know the answer to that. I won't know until we see the film or until spoilers leak out there, which I got into wrestling right after Monday Night Wars.
Cool. So were you okay, right after that, never mind. I was going to ask, were you WCW or WWE, but if you got in right after, then
WCW.
Yeah, I was a WCW guy.
Yeah, listen. I have to admit, I was too, and pretty much because of the NWO.
Yeah.
When that whole thing just started, you couldn't help but watch that. I was too, and the whole they just captured me with all of that, with the NWO, and then with Sting when Sting was opposing the NWO, and all the storylines that they did just grabbed me, all of it. I found myself going back and forth because back then the only way you could tape stuff was on a VCR, and it was not easy to do. So going back and forth and stuff like that is I just switched channels and I just watched a little bit of one, go back to the other, watch a little bit of one, go back to the other. But I loved WCW when it first started. Now Impact is saying Hard to Kill is not going to be on YouTube.
At this rate, I'm kind of glad that it won't be.
Yeah.
At
Like
least
your blessing in disguise.
Yeah, I'm kind of happy. I
Yeah.
would rather it be on Fight, honestly.
You will not be shocked to know that I watched WWF and WCW.
No,
Yeah, but James, how
not-
did you do it? Did you have multiple VCRs? Because it wasn't easy to do back then. There were no devices. There were no cell phones. There were no tablets. There wasn't any of that. So how did you do it? I think they've locked Iceman in a toilet cubicle and given him a black bed sheet to hang on. Oh, that was good. WCW was I think you want to mean great. How about Eric Bischoff? Eric Bischoff showed up.
Yes.
Bischoff was back, huh?
Somebody tweeted out Bischoff is the forbidden door.
Right?
He's been everywhere.
He has, yeah. He was in AEW for like a hot minute. Then he was back in WWE.
Yeah.
Now I get to sing it. I'm back. I heard it too. It was great. I was singing along. Oh, look at all the people I put in Decay in the chat. Oh, that's a cool thing. They got like a Decay symbol in the chat that they could put up. That's awesome.
Yep.
WCW is great. I was part of Monday Night Wars 2 between TNA and WWE. Record WWF on my brother's VCR in his room. I recorded WCW on the VCR in the living room. Oh, there's people in chat saying now, what is a VCR? What is a VCR? What are they talking about?
Is Johnny Bates doing some rhyming?
Uh-oh. Rhyme time. It's time for a new year. Kimber's reign with gold is near. Tribalism shall rage, but AEW better. Bloody book Brian goddamn Cage. It's been a while since we got a Johnny Bates rhyme. There you go.
I know.
Bischoff's playing both sides. AJ Styles should go back to Impact. That's where he had most of his success, as Landon. Can we get a Jim Ross? My God. I can't do Jim. Jim Ross is hard to do. I haven't practiced Jim Ross. I probably could, but I haven't practiced him too much. But Jim Ross, he's tough to do. He's tough. I'll have to work on it. He's tough too, because Jim Ross, even before he had the health issue, he always had like a lisp, like a little bit of a lisp that he had, and it's tough to do that.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Yeah,
him and Dusty.
Yeah, they both. Dusty did too. Dusty had a lisp too. They're very, very. Yeah, they're both very, very tough to do impressions of.
Yeah, Bates petitioning for Vince.
All right, Johnny Bates, you're fired. How's that? How's that? My God, his mighty is broken in half. Yeah, that's tough. He is tough to do. He really is, because you have to get that lisp in there. It's tough. I remember VCR. We used to record baseball games for my brother or my father. Not sure if you guys heard of Deadlock. One of their guys does JR voice pretty good. No, I have not. I have not. No word from Impact here. Like I said, I'm going to be really surprised. We're after 9 now, so I'm going to be really surprised that they get this. If they get this going, it's gonna surprise me. All right, let's get into our females. Let's do the female award. Right. So, Impact Female Wrestler of the Year. I'm pretty sure I know who Johnny Bates is going to say.
Yep.
So Impact Female Wrestler of the Year. What say all of you? Jeff, who is your female Impact Wrestler of the Year for 2021?
Deanna.
Let me think about that, Deanna.
Oh, man. Deanna, because she had another great year. She won the whole thing last year, Impact Wrestler of the Year. Not just knockout, but So yeah, I got Deanna here. She's just, I mean, what can you say? She held the belt for most of the year. Just, just phenomenal.
Yeah, as much as I'd want to say, and of course there's Johnny Bates, Kimberly. Azan says Taylor Wilde, the one who
Taylor Wilder,
disappeared for a while. It was good to see her back. It's
yeah.
good to see her back. Deanna, easy, says Derek. Deanna is hands down, says Damian. James Chadwick agrees. Deanna Perrazzo. She was on fire this year. Deanna, they just said sorry. Yeah, I did. And they didn't even spell that right. They said, sorry, guys. We working on this.
We working on it.
We working on it. Yeah. The other female of the year is Hardcore Country Mickey James because she is beautiful. If Mickey would have been around longer, I could have said it would have been a close second. But she wasn't around for the whole year. She came on a little bit later on and stuck around for the end of the year and stuff like that. And don't get me wrong, I love Mickey James. But I can't go with anybody else here but Deanna as well. I mean, winning the AAA championship as well. She became a holder of 2 titles. She's going to try to if she wins the belt back from Mickey James, which I'm expecting her to do, then she's going to wrestle Roxy and try to get a winner take all, where if she would win, she would then take Roxy's ROH title as well. So she's turning into the Collector on the women's side, which is pretty awesome. So yeah, listen, like her or hate her, and look, she wants you to hate her. She's a heel. That's what her job is. Like her or hate her, Deanna Perrazzo has done amazing things in Impact Wrestling, and you could literally take Deanna and match her up with anybody that is out there in any other company. That includes Britt Baker. That includes Charlotte Flair. That includes Becky Lynch, and it would be an amazing match. She is on top of her game and is without a doubt the best right now in the women's division of Impact Wrestling. So pretty easy vote for female, I think. Super C says Deanna. Does Impact still wrestle in front of nobody? No. They've been back in front of fans since Slammiversary in the middle of last year. Georgia versus Bama 2. Bama winning more than likely. College football. I think Moose is male superstar of the year. He was unstoppable. This year he won the Call Your Shot Gauntlet and won the world title in the same night, and he hasn't looked back since. Says Landon. Yeah, Jeff and I voted for Josh. But yeah, Moose isn't a bad pick. Jeff pointed that out as well. So yeah. Johnny Bates, Rosemary versus Allie in 2022. Give me what I want. I would love to see that as well. I'd love to see that. I didn't get to see any of that when she was in Impact before, because that was before we started doing the watch along story, and I started watching it again. So that'd be awesome to see that. We should do a debut of the year, says Paul. Why not?
I like that.
Looks like we're gonna have time.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to blow some time off here because they may never get this working. How long have we done this channel? We're going on 3 years.
Yeah. Wow.
3 years. We started it not this past year, but the year before in March. So wow. March to March. Yeah, we're going on 3 years.
Wow, Joe.
I know, crazy, right? Crazy. I can do JR mimicry. I do it on my WWE Gaming live streams. Also, Vince and Rey Mysterio, Undertaker, Brock, also Paul Bearer. That's cool, dude. That is cool. Yeah, there's nothing going on in this channel, so yeah, we could do some more awards, I guess. Most of the people in Impact have been there on and off through the years. All of the Impact staff are probably on holiday. That's probably a good, probably a good point. It'll be cleaner turning the computer off and back on. Oh, God. I love the comments in their chat. Impact should hire Quinn McKay. TV is obsolete. We got BTI free and paid. Oh, my gosh.
They said you'll love this episode of BTI so much that we'll show it to you twice.
We're going to show it to you 2 times. 2 times. Fantasy Booking World Champions match. Hangman Page versus Moose versus Trevor Murdoch versus Gresham. Who wins?
Oh, I didn't see Gresham. I got Gresham winning. I didn't see Gresham. I got Gresham winning. Sorry.
Yeah. Of all of those guys, yeah, Gresham's pretty impressive. I'd probably say the same. You need to watch the rivalry from Smash. Great promotion, by the way. It's one of, if not the greatest women's rivalry in Canadian history. Do you guys take any weeks off? Not usually. Well, I mean, some we have over the course of the year, but mostly if we have to for any particular reason. It's so. We usually do. We're usually here every week for Impact unless something happens. I mean, the personal things happen from time to time. 3 years, wowza, has Inspector Gadget. Wowza. I love them. Who's the villain in Inspector Gadget? Dr. Claw.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can muster up. Hold on, I need a drink. Gadget, I'm going to get you, Gadget. Dr. Claw. I love Dr. Claw.
That's good, Joe.
Yeah, I love Dr. Claw. He had the cat that he'd always abuse.
Yeah.
The animal lovers would not like that show if it was on today. He used to abuse his cat. Yes.
It's probably the best way to describe it, too.
All right. Well, I don't know, guys, what's happening here. We're already almost going on 9:15, and they ain't looking like they're getting any further with this. So we'll just keep doing stuff. We'll just keep doing our little awards. We'll make this an awards thing, and we'll go up until 10. If they started before then, we'll go through as much as we can, and we'll get out of here at 10 o'clock because I don't want to stick around till 11 doing a rehashed show, essentially. So yeah, we'll see what goes on. But well, that's it for Impact. Now they're showing nothing. They're not getting this fixed. I mean, what better way to end 2021? If you're Impact Wrestling, then a screw up on the technical side. This poor dude that's in the YouTube chat is probably some random intern that they probably have working their social media because, like someone in the chat said, they are probably all out partying with their families or whatnot or not working. So this poor dude is probably like trying to call people on the phone and trying to get through to them saying, the video didn't load. Like, can you guys help me out? So yeah, I really don't see this happening. I think Jeff's 100% right. I don't think they're going to get any sort of link here. I don't think this is going to happen. But perfect way to end the year. Retribution needs to. Oh God, let's not talk about Retribution. The worst faction I've ever seen. Tonight's best of show is a teaser. What's this? For what we might see tomorrow's episode of Man Maybe. Big show watch along. Oh good God. Didn't Roxy have a tryout with WWE?
Yes.
She did. Everyone at Impact is leaving him on read. Poor guy. Yeah, he's not getting through to anyone. He's not getting through to anyone. He's on the hotline right now. He's not getting through to anyone. I'm getting ready for bed. Good night, everyone. Happy New Year. Good night, Mark.
Good night, Mark.
I happen to see that. How about New Year's Evil is looking pretty good too. We got AJ Styles on New Year's Evil. You got Riddle on New Year's. How about Riddle with MSK? Is that not a perfect? It's almost like they're reuniting the Rascals, and Riddle talking on NXT. You know what's funny? I watched that little snippet of him doing that thing, and they were talking about high and all that kind of stuff. And I'm thinking to myself, would they ever let him do that on WWE? The fact that he did it on NXT and no one said a word about it, but would they ever let him do that kind of stuff on WWE? But I thought it was hilarious. I mean, that's perfect booking, and you're gonna get those guys even more over now that they have Riddle with them as well, even if it is just for that one match. So smart, very very smart, very very smart. Don't forget, check out Tazi's stream next week for New Year's Evil. That looks like it's going to be a really fun show, so make sure you check that out. Why the hell do mods after read? What happened? Why did mod? What I don't know what happened, Larry. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. What happened? Anyway, the Dixie Carter era of Impact wasn't that great. Impact was underrated from 2014 to 2016. What was the long run with Gresham in Impact? Bots. Oh yeah, bots. Screw bots.
Yeah, bots are gone.
Bots suck. If you're new to our channel, and I know there are some of you that are, Sophie's out there, I know, and there's maybe some others. So if you are, make sure you please subscribe to our channel. If you would, we'd really appreciate that. Also, make sure you throw up a like on the video tonight, even though Impact is not cooperating and it doesn't look like. Oh, here we go. We deeply regret. We've exhausted everything we could do to get the show up. I knew it. Jeff knew it. Jeff called it. The only recourse left is to re-upload to YouTube, which we started doing immediately as a fail-safe, but that will take anywhere from 1 to 3 hours. Yay!
Boom, 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 boom.
We will send a notification to you all when that is done. You know what, Impact? I'm probably going to be in bed by that time. Thank you anyway. This is the best we can do tonight. The buck stops with us. Obviously it does. The buck stopped enough where there's no show. We greatly apologize for this, and no, we owe you a make good. How many make goods do you owe us now is what I want to know. Well, do we have a worst? I think we need a worst Impact award for the year. And that definitely has to go to the technical side of it. The technical team or whoever does the social media stuff gets a big boo from us for that. So, all right, well, you stick around, guys. We'll give the rest of it. We'll just chat for the next. Like I said, we'll stick around till when we were going to stick around till. So we'll stick around till 10. We got about 43 minutes or so to go. We'll just talk about the rest of our awards. We'll talk about that kind of stuff, and we'll just I don't know. We'll talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. Early night. Yeah. The Fox canceled. Fox canceled their New Year's Eve show because of COVID. So Fox moved SmackDown to FS1 for no reason. Well, it's not an actual SmackDown, Sophie. It's a best of. They're showing a best of on WWE tomorrow night. Impact said they couldn't do it. Yep, just read it. Good Lord. Maybe they should go back to VCRs, Jeff. Maybe that would be an improvement.
Hey. I mean, no one had issues. Well, that's not true either. But it seemed to be things were a little bit different when they were on Twitch as well. So
yeah, I would agree with that. They moved off of Twitch, and that's what everybody says in that chat. It's like, why did you ever leave Twitch? None of this ever happened on Twitch. I mean, I get why they did it, but yeah, Impact on dial-up internet. They would be quicker posting every view on a VHS tape. Oh my gosh. Gresham and Grace versus Deonna Purrazzo and Drama King is a main event of a smaller pay-per-view. It only makes sense for something to happen with Impact. Yep. AEW had the botched explosion match. WWE had zombies as lumberjacks. And now Impact has streaming issues. Thanks a lot, 2021. Well, to be fair, the streaming issues have been happening since before 2021 started. So that goes much further back. Some dumbass put in the wrong bloody link, put BTI instead of the proper one. They never uploaded the video, James, I don't think. I think I don't think they ever uploaded the video. That's, I think, what happened, honestly. I don't think they ever uploaded it. So, all right. Let's move on to, we did male, we did female. Let's do tag team. Impact Tag Team Wrestlers of the Year. So Tag Team of the Year, and I don't care if it's men or women. So you can whichever one is your favorite. We'll just make it all one rounded category. So Tag Team of the Year in Impact Wrestling. So it could be male, it could be female. I don't care which one. So you can name whatever it is you like. They just said it will take 1 to 3 hours. Yeah, I know. I saw Heather. It's like, no, sorry. I'm not waiting until midnight to watch. We're not waiting to have our stream at midnight tonight. So thanks, but no thanks. Queen Liz could work as a computer better than the Impact Digital team, and she'd even remember Rachel Ellering's birthday tweet. Why don't they just let us stream it? I mean, they took our name anyway.
Right.
So why not just give it to the real insiders, not all of these people in their chat who think they are insiders. Just give it to us and let us do it. We can't be any worse. All right.
Tell you this, we get it uploaded.
It would, yeah. We definitely have it running on time. So yeah, you stole our name, so why not just let us do it? Let's see. All right. People are naming their tag teams. Good Brothers or Finn Juice, says Azan. Rosemary and Havoc, says Derek. Good Brothers and Rosemary and Decay. Rich Swan and Willie Mack, when Willie is awake. Tasha and Kiera on the female side. That was good, J-Hub. I like that. He's awake. Heather Wright, what a complete F up, says James Chadwick. Rosemary and Havoc, my favorite tag team in Impact. Finn Juice and Good Brothers. Peyton and Billy Kay. All right. Well, this is all over the place. I'm kind of surprised. I'm a little surprised. Good Brothers. And so Damien's separating them. So Fire and Flava and the Good Brothers. Good Brothers, Rosemary and Havoc, The Inspiration. I wish their YouTube channel would get their act together. I finally upgraded this month. Hey guys, not problem with YouTube again. Yes, Tony, there is indeed a problem with YouTube again. They did not upload the video properly, so there is going to be no show because by the time they get it uploaded, it's going to be well past the time we're streaming. So we're just going to give out our Impact Awards and we're just going to move on because there's nothing else we're really going to do. Tag Team of the Year, Mike Jackson and Johnny Swinger. Pity the year is 1984. Oh man, how much money for a big show watching? Oh God, Johnny Bates. Oh man, Access TV is great, and Tony the Tiger's voice. Tasha and Savannah. There's a lot of different names going on.
A lot of different names, yeah.
All right. I'm liking it. Everybody's got something different. All right. Well, I'm going to go with Decay because I love Decay and because you probably all pretty much guessed that I was going to go with Decay since I said I was going to name female or male tag teams. Listen, they were very dominant this past year, and especially when Havoc went along with them. They won the titles from Fire and Flava. They kept them for a good while. So I am going to go with Decay, and I absolutely love them, and I think they had a great year until the Inspiration came along and took the titles from them, but they're still in the picture. And so I'm going to go with Decay as my tag team of the year. If I had to pick a men's tag team, it's hard to deny the Good Brothers. Like them or hate them. They also had a great year as well. There are a few times that they lost the titles to Finn Juice for a little while there in the middle of the year, but then of course they got them back and they've held on to them since. There's some pretty tough matches with some pretty good tag teams that we kind of thought they were going to drop those belts to. So yeah, if I had to give one on both, I would say the Good Brothers, and then I'm going to go with Decay. Johnny Bates is on Dead Bridesmaids, of course. How could you not? Tasha and Savannah. Impact should refund our 99 cents. If Inspiration was there longer, I would have gone for them. They have to get off Access TV. I can't get Access. The whole reason I subscribe to the YouTube channel. Bridesmaids and Finn Juice. All right, Jeff. Who's your tag team of the year?
I'm gonna go different too. I'll go ahead and name the men's. I'll go with the Good Brothers too, just because having those belts, that means something. Tag team, I'm gonna go Fire and Flavor. They were champs for a bit.
They were,
and they were pretty dominant too. So I'll go with them just to be different.
They had those belts for a good while until Decay took them off them. So yeah, absolutely. They were right up there for the year. So yeah, a lot of people agreeing with some of this, but we got a lot of different stuff too. So that's cool. So everybody has their own picks. I like it. I dig it. Rest in peace, Fire and Flavor. Yeah, unfortunately, the Swingerellas, says Larry. Yeah, they did wrestle in tag team, didn't they? Yeah, the North is still the greatest Impact tag team ever. Never forget. Yeah, the North was a great tag team when Ethan Page was there. So all right, tag team. What else do we have left? We have match and we have pay-per-view. So we'll wait till 9:30. We'll give it 4 minutes and we'll do match. And then we'll go pay-per-view. We'll talk about match and other stuff for around 15 minutes or something. And then around 9:45, we'll do pay-per-view. We'll talk about that for a little bit and then we'll call it quits for the night. Man, Pitt is down. You're talking about college football. Chad and his football. Chad is a big football lover, in case you didn't already know that.
Yes.
AEW has done nothing with Kiera. Well, listen, I've said this before, and I'll say it again. You can sign as many people as you want. Are you going to have the time to give them all time on TV? Probably not. So listen, it's just, and I'm not down on AEW or anything like that, and I'm not saying it for that. It happened with WCW too. There's only so much TV time you can give people, only so much, and I get it. You're bringing in people, but it's not always going to work out. It's not always going to work out. So, I mean, you hope that they all do get the time that they deserve to get. You hope, but it's not easy to do. Jason Peace, good morning. It is morning there, isn't it? 10:30, 11:30, 12:30, 1:30. Yeah, 2:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
Josh has been doing pretty well solo. Yes.
Yes, he has.
For sure. Happy New Year to Jason Peace. Yeah. So I guess. Well, no, you're 5 hours ahead of us, so it's really, you're Happy New Year's Eve at this point. Yeah, of course. Yeah, you will have New Year's 5 hours before we do. So what your New Year's will be, what do we do? 12 o'clock it is here, so you'll be around 7 p.m. would be your New Year's here. So yeah, absolutely. Happy New Year to all of you. Did we ever get all those answers for Jeff's question earlier? To answer that too. Because Jeff, remind them what your question was that you answered at the top of the show. Because we got some more people in since then too, and they can definitely answer your question about New Year's. So
so name three things that you are thankful for that happened in 2021. Trying to be positive about some things.
Yeah, so there you go. So do that for us too. So answer that question. In a couple of minutes, we'll do the Match of the Year award that we're doing for Impact. And but in the meantime, that's a great little positivity thing that you can answer. Let us know. Trey McGill is a buddy of mine, wrestling with Art. I became friends with him through Warrior Wrestling. I hope he gets the world title one day. Broke my heart when Dez and Zachary went to NXT. Yeah, that was a sad moment. Yeah, it really was. But it was a great send off that they had. We talked about that on our show that followed that show. But yeah, I agree. It was sad to see them go. They had a great thing going. in Impact. So, but they did get a great tribute. I love the way they left. And sometimes when people leave, it is very sad. But sometimes, the way that they do it is just as classy. When Taya Valkyrie left, the same thing. They kind of made it all part of the story and stuff like that, and kind of joked about how she was going to prison in Stanford. But yeah, that's cool though. Wrestling with Art. How long have you known Trey? That's really cool. That's really cool. I still honestly think that Ethan should have been a single star in AEW instead of jumping into another tag team. Well, James, honestly, like from what I'm reading, and that whole thing last night that blew up Twitter with Brandy and with
Dan
the whole Dan Lambert. Yes, thank you. That whole thing. I think that they're leading towards probably having Ethan Page win that title off of Cody. And now that I'm looking more at it, like everybody's kind of wondering, well, why would he take the title off of Sammy Guevara? I think it's because he's going to drop it to Ethan Page. Because for him to drop it to Ethan Page would, I guess, not matter as much if Sammy Guevara dropped it to Ethan Page, if that makes any sense in the grand scheme of things. So I kind of think that that's maybe why they're doing it. Just my opinion, but I think that's maybe why they're doing it. James Chadwick says, Rohit. Don't mind me. I'm just watching AAW Unstoppable. Men of the year, mid of the year, 3 things in wrestling. Larry Bongo wants to know. Listen, it could be any 3 things that made that. You're talking about Jeff's 3 things? It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be.
It can be personal. It can be wrestling. Whatever you want it to be.
Yep. Warren Davis, Johnny Bates says, number 1, me starting to stream properly. Number 2, Impact. Number 3, now ready. This is a big surprise here. This is a really big surprise here from Johnny Bates. Ready? 3, Kimberly. Oh, man. Derek says, new job. Hanging with my youngest brother at last year's AEW Double or Nothing weekend and thankful for Mickey. You better watch. You might be a little too thankful on your 3rd one, Derek. Being here in this amazing community. Love you guys, and you guys keep me going. Well, thank you, Jason. Peace. Thank you very much. Really appreciate that. Trey didn't get an offer from NXT. Yeah, we read about that. Yeah, we did see that. He's had me do a few paintings for him. He posted them on his Instagram. Now he has become one of my closer friends. He's such a great person. That's cool. I'll have to check out the Instagram. That's awesome. Are you on Twitter? Wrestling with Art. If you're on Twitter, send us over some of your, send us some DMs if you want. It's at Insiders PW on Twitter. Send us some of your art. I'd be glad to share it.
Yep.
Heather says Christian unseating Kenny for Impact. So she's going with wrestling. Mickey James coming back to Impact and NWA, and Impact and AEW working more with New Japan. Okay. Would love to hear your thoughts on the Brandy and Dan Lowe boy. Jeff, yeah, you might want to hear Jeff's thoughts on that.
James, DM me. I'll DM you my thoughts.
I didn't get to see it, so all I'll tell you is I'll just tell you what I heard on Busted Open this morning. LaGreca and Bully Ray were both talking about it. This isn't going to be a popular opinion, and Bully doesn't really mind not having the popular opinion. LaGreca said he was fine with it. He said he was fine with it. And then right after he said that, they brought some callers in because they wanted to hear some of their callers talk about why they didn't like it. So this first dude calls up, and it was really just a bad call because the guy just totally did not know why he didn't like it. Like, he couldn't speak to it. He just came on and was saying, like, oh, well, what did he say? Lambert is just doing, what did he call it? Oh my God. It was supposed to be like a term for an old heel. And I don't remember the damn term of it now. But anyway, he was just talking about, well, Lambert's just doing this. And then Bully came out and said, "Well, yeah, that's what he's trying to do. So what do you see is wrong with it?" And the guy just, I mean, they let the guy have it, and he kind of deserved it because he really didn't have an opinion one way or another, and they kind of cornered him about stuff. But then, they came back from a commercial, and they were still kind of going back and forth about it because then they compared to Dan Lambert to Jim Cornette.
Mm.
And they were saying that that's kind of the role that he's playing, that he's trying to be. And they talked about how Jim Cornette bashes AEW, and that's what he does, and that's kind of what Lambert is doing as well. And he said so he's pretty much playing that role, and he wants people to hate him, and that's what heels do. But then Bully came out, and it kind of surprised me because he came out and he said that. And he blamed it on AEW fans. And he said, well, who is at fault here for this other than the AEW fans? Because the AEW fans are the ones that are on Twitter that are like bitching about Dan Lambert and all this other stuff. And they aren't getting the fact that he's playing a role and he's trying to get heel. Oh, that's what it was. He used the term heat, but it wasn't heel heat. It was another term for heat, but it was... Oh my God, I can't remember it. It was an older term because it wouldn't have been something that I even really remembered. But anyway, so they were just kind of going back and forth, and I couldn't really listen to any more of it. I wanted to listen to more because I wanted to hear what more of the fans said, but I had to be in work. But Bully just came out and he basically said it was the Impact the AEW fans that were at fault. And I'm like, wow. And then LaGreca went on one of his classic rants. And then he started ranting about, that, if you're going to come on and you're going to criticize something, don't come on specifically because of social media, and formulate your own opinion is basically what he was trying to say. And Bully agreed with him about that. He's like, don't have your own opinion about something. Don't always read something on social media and automatically just formulate an opinion just because of what you read. Make up your own mind about it and blah, 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 blah. But I was surprised that Bully called out AEW fans. He's going to get heat about it. I'm sure he will. If he didn't already, I'm sure he will. But it was an interesting discussion, but I haven't seen it to know. I mean, I know the general gist of what happened just by listening to it. But yeah, that may be... Yeah, Jeff will DM you, but that may be something.
You know what? I don't care. I'll say it because I don't care.
Yeah, go ahead, say it.
Why not? I don't care.
It's our show.
Here's the thing. I don't think Scorpio or Ethan need him. I don't think they need him. Do I mind him? I mean, I know some people have some problems with some of his subject matter and his promos. And I understand. There was one part that rubbed me the wrong way. And that was the comment that Brandy made. And she's like, well, if you have a black belt, well, I'm a black, and she called herself the B word.
Yeah.
And you know what? If you want to call yourself that, who am I to say that you shouldn't call yourself that? However, as the father of a daughter, I'm not a big fan of that. And there's been a lot of stuff that's happened over the years that I don't have time to get into here that I just don't like about that. And that's my own personal opinion. It's something I watched. It's not something I read about on social media. And it just didn't really sit well with me. And it's like, okay, she also said that he was basically a lesser talented Paul Heyman. Okay. Whatever. Okay. Like that kind of stuff doesn't really do anything for me. I mean, I get some people pop over stuff like that, but it doesn't really do anything for me. So that segment in and of itself didn't really do anything for me. And to answer your question, Heather, honestly, I have no idea who else they would put them with. I just don't think either guy needs a person speaking for them. They are perfectly fine on the mic. I mean, they got to put people with people. I get it, but I just don't think that's. I don't think they need him, but just my opinion.
And see what you did right there, Jeff, is exactly what they ended up both saying on the show this morning too. Is they said if you're gonna come on and say it, then just say why you didn't like it, and if you didn't care for it, because another fan did come on and just said it wasn't his thing, it wasn't his cup of tea, he didn't enjoy it, and he just came out and said I have my own reasons, I just didn't like it. So very similar to kind of what you said, and they were like, well, that's fine. And if you don't enjoy something and it's your personal opinion, then that's perfectly fine. I think they were just trying to aim it at the fact that people tend to jump on a bandwagon on social media. When they see everybody else doing something, they think they have to do the same. And that's not true. You know, everyone has their own opinion. Everyone has their own mindset about things, and everybody's going to have a personal thing of their own as to a reason why. Jeff obviously had a personal thing as a reason why he didn't particularly like that segment. Okay, it's perfectly fine. And that's really how it should be. It's really how it should be. Twitter is a horrible place. I can have him do an intro for you if you want. He should be on the next Warrior show on January 22nd. He lost the title to Will Ospreay last show, so maybe a rematch. Are you talking about Trey? Wow, that would be awesome. That'd be awesome. Yeah. Hey, listen, get with us. That's awesome. Yeah. I mean, we'd love to. Listen. Jeff and I would love to talk to anyone at all too. If Trey is ever available, and you can do us a solid and send him our way. Yeah, man, we'd love to have anybody on the show. And Trey's awesome, so I'd love to talk to him about Spider-Man. I know he's a big Spider-Man fan, so I'm thankful for one. Never got COVID. Well, that's something to be thankful for. 2, Swingers Palace. That's a good one. 3, getting 240 tea bags for just £1 yesterday. Well, that's all right. You're a tea fan. That's perfectly fine. Bully Ray doesn't give a crap. No, he does not. I think Jeff may have asked something similar to this, but if you could all pick at least 3 multi-promotional matches between Impact, AEW, WWE, who would you all choose? To anyone in the UK, Farm Foods have boxes of the Scottish tea bags for $1. Oh, gosh. I would love to hear your thoughts on the Paul Heyman, Paulie Dangerously promo on SmackDown. I think it was a good promo, and I think it will lead to Paul becoming in charge of WWE. Cornette doesn't bash AEW as much as he used to. No, he said that, to be fair. Bully Ray said that. He said he said he's kind of gotten away from it now, but he said he used to be the biggest. That was his thing. But he said he kind of calmed down on it now. Go away heat. Maybe that's what it was. It might have been. I can't remember the term that they used. It could have been. Yeah, it might have been now that I'm thinking about it. Yeah, you might be right. Gotta run. Hit me up if you need anything. Happy New Year and be safe. Happy New Year. Wrestling with Art. Yeah, DM, like I said, DM us some of your art if you're on Twitter. If you're not, put something in the comments under the chat here in the stream. Lambert doesn't have go away heat with me. I think he's hilarious. Who else would they put? Heather asked that before. I agree with Jeff. Neither one of those guys to me needs a mouthpiece. Neither one of them. Ethan Page proved that he doesn't need a mouthpiece in Impact, and I don't think Scorpio Sky needs a mouthpiece either. So I think that some of the people that were calling in were saying that he'd never made sense. Lambert didn't, because he's with MMA and they weren't from MMA. And so he said when his guys are there, okay, then that makes sense. But when they're not, he never really made sense with them. So I guess that was what some of the people were saying. Scorpio and Ethan are great on their own, but Tony Khan apparently really wants a Cornette spray. I guess. Days likes anything. We won't get into that. I get AEW's TV 14, but when I'm watching Dan or MJF talking about strippers and my parents are around, it's weird. Honestly, that Brandy line was cringe, says Derek. See, everyone has their own opinion. Baron Corbin has go away heat with me. Ha ha. They do realize Lambert is a huge wrestling fan. Oh, I'm sure he is. Yeah, I'm sure he is. There's Conrad. Sorry, I'm late.
What's up, Conrad?
As you can see, Conrad, Impact failed. Impact had another epic fail. They couldn't get the video uploaded, so we are just making the best of it. Caleb has go away heat with me to the point where he can just F off. There's Jen Carter. Hey, Jen. Mark has a question. I know that Hard to Kill is coming next week. Dan, other than ROH Championship match or Hard to Kill, do you see any surprises at Ring of Honor? And do you see any other wrestlers coming to Hard to Kill?
We might get some people showing up. I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind seeing some Ring of Honor folks show up, and we get some stuff between some Impact and Ring of Honor folks.
Hard to Kill has me legit excited. Yes, I agree, Derek. All right, let's get to our match of the year. We're at 9:45, and then we'll do our pay-per-view of the year. So, match of the year in Impact. What was your match of the year this year in Impact Wrestling? This is probably going to be a tough one. There were a lot of really, really good matches, male and female. So, what was your match of the year? I don't have an issue with this one. I'm going to go with the Iron Man match with Josh and TJP. That was phenomenal. And you don't see a lot of Iron Man matches. You don't see them very often. They don't happen very often. And seeing that one, it was the first in a while that I have seen. And both guys, I mean, we were calling that match. Jeff and I were, of course we did the stream, and when we were watching it, we were on the edge of our seats. We really were on the edge of our seats because we didn't know what was going to happen. It came down right to the wire. Then it went to overtime. It was an absolutely amazing match. Conrad agrees. TJP and Josh Alexander. Yeah, I think it was amazing. Absolutely amazing match. So that's the one I'm going with. Johnny Bates says Kimberly versus Rosemary. Of course. Of course. Did Adam Shear debut on Hard to Kill? Or will he debut? I don't know. I don't think so. Jeff said it earlier in the show when I was listening. I think that he's doing the free the narrative thing, and I think he's perfectly fine doing that. So maybe that's what he's going to do because it doesn't require him doing wrestling full time. I just did my award show. All right, well, cool. I have to check that out. And this was high on the list. Okay. 60-minute Iron Man match between TJP and Josh, says Damien. Iron Man match for sure, says Mark. Not just an Impact, but throughout wrestling this year. Jeff, what is yours?
That's mine. That's easy for me. There were some other great ones, Rich Swann and Kenny Omega.
Yep.
Moose and Kenny Omega.
Yeah. Yep.
Sammy Callahan and Kenny Omega.
Yeah, sensing a theme. Yeah.
Josh and Christian.
Yeah. Yeah.
There were a lot of good matches this year.
Yeah, there were
a lot of good matches. So,
yes,
yeah,
absolutely, there were. Anybody have anything else different? Iron Man match for sure. Downtown Daddy Brown for world champ. We need a wrestling match between all of the old Suicides, Christopher Daniels, Caleb, with Jonathan Gresham, TJP Kazarian, and whoever else played him for the rights to own the costume. The old Suicides. Can you imagine? I hope you guys have a wonderful new year, and DM for whoever from the indie wrestling you guys want to interview on podcast, and I will reach out to them. Go to finish the Peach Bowl. Enjoy your Peach Bowl, Chad, and Happy New Year to you as well. Moose and Eddie says Hurt and Heal. Okay. Santa Claus.
Yep.
Josh and Saban.
That was another good one.
Hey, Noob and Company. How are you? Yeah, that was there can be no wrong answers. There can be no wrong answers. Sex Ferguson and Santa Claus. That's so funny how everybody is coming up with this stuff from Throwback Throwdown. That's awesome. We're just talking about our match of the year in Impact Wrestling this year, Noob and Company. So that's what we're doing right now. As you can see, that Impact failed. there is no show. They didn't get it uploaded correctly, and nobody's probably working in the office that needs to be there. So there is no thing tonight. We're just kind of closing it out with our awards for Impact. Deanna. Oh, there we go. Oops.
There you go. I was just about to say.
I pressed the button.
Yeah.
I blew my mic. No, I just pressed the button somewhere along the line. I'm off mute now. Good. All right. So we've got about 10 minutes to go. Am I good now? Jason Beast saying no mic. Okay.
You're good.
You can hear me now. All right.
We
got about 10 minutes to go. So we'll end it up with the pay-per-view of the year. So Impact pay-per-view of the year. We'll end it up there. So we'll give it about 7 minutes or so. We'll announce our Impact pay-per-view of the year, and then we will wish all of you a happy new year and move on. So before we do, just some quick bits of business. Again, we've got New Year's Day. We've got the Day 1 pay-per-view that we will be doing a watch-along for. So that's in just 2 days. So Day 1, we will be starting. We'll get to you with the time. I know I think I'm working Saturday until 7. So Jeff will get with you with the time. He'll let me know, and then I'll post it up on Twitter, and I'll let you guys know. By the way, you guys can help me out with one thing here too. I know a lot of you are maybe possibly trying to keep clear of Twitter, and I wouldn't blame you for doing so. If that's the case, because I generally use that to market our show, if that's the case, would it help you guys at all if I marketed it in a different spot? So do a lot of you guys go to Instagram? I don't do a lot on Instagram normally with the show because I just figure that not many people do. So would you like it if I put more stuff like ads for shows, like as to what time the shows are going to be and all that kind of stuff? Would you rather have it somewhere else instead of Twitter? If you're not on Twitter, if you're not going to be on Twitter, would you rather have it somewhere else? We don't have many people in this Facebook group and stuff either. So I kind of figured Facebook's kind of on its way out anyway. It's not very popular. So would you like it if we put it up on YouTube and maybe put it up as a post on the YouTube instead? I know you can post on the YouTube channels now. So would you rather have it posted there as to like when the times are going to be? I'll still put it on Twitter, but if people are going, okay, Derek says Twitter's my go-to. Just let me know. Just let me know, because I'm just curious as to what everybody uses for, the to see when we're going to be on or any of that kind of stuff. So, just let me know. Just let me know. Tell Joe the question that I sent you.
Which one? That was a while ago. I'm sorry, I forgot it.
Repeat the question, Hunter. YouTube would work for me. Okay. Yeah, that's fair enough. I can so what I'll do is I will post it on Twitter but I'll also post it to YouTube as well. So I'll make sure to remember to do that. Because I figured that there might be different. Do a UK start time. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. I could do that. You guys are 5 hours ahead of us, so that's pretty simple. We could do that. YouTube notifications always work for me. Okay, cool. That's cool. Perfectly fine. Day 1. Yes, Day 1. That's going to be fun. Hopefully we get everything we were supposed to get, and we're not. Hopefully we don't get killed by COVID with this.
Yeah.
So hopefully we can see something good. But yes, Day 1 is in 2 days. So we will be here for that. We'll let you know the time. And like I said, I'll put it up on YouTube as well as on Twitter and stuff like that to let you know what time we will be starting. We'll see who we have. Definitely Jeff, myself, maybe Tazzy, and Jody might join us too. We'll see if everybody's available. So join us for that to ring in the new year. Then that's on Saturday. Sunday we'll have our we'll have our weekly wrap-up show as well. I think anyway. Sunday is what, the 2nd? Are we doing a wrap-up show this week or are we not?
I wouldn't be opposed to taking it off.
Okay. Why don't we skip that because we have the pay-per-view? So okay, that's perfectly fine. Let's do that because it is a holiday weekend technically.
Yeah.
So we'll do the pay-per-view on the 1st. So no wrap-up show on the 2nd. We'll come back on the 3rd, which is Monday, with Abby's window. As long as Jody's all cool with that. The 6th we will have Impact. Of course, that will be the first show, and that's a go-home show, guys. So don't miss this time next week. Let's hope they have their act together and everything plays properly. So the 6th is the go-home show for the pay-per-view for Hard to Kill. So don't forget to be back here with us next Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And then, of course, the 8th, next Saturday, is Hard to Kill. And we will be doing that as well. So lots of stuff going on. Day one is where a lot of WWE YouTubers are going day one. That's true. Whenever I put out an ad tweet for a stream, I spend about 10 minutes each time just trying to figure out the EST time. Do you think Toni Storm will return back to WWE just like Drew did when he got released from WWE? Do you think she works on her craft? I don't know, Hunter. I really can't answer that. I don't know what's going to happen with her because I don't know why she left in the first place. And I don't think it would be fair to say unless I had some more information about why she may have done that. But otherwise, I don't know. I really don't know. I can't answer that. I think it's going to depend on why she left. And, you know, I don't know. I don't know if we'll ever find out either. It's one of those weird things. We just don't know. Okay, 5 minutes. Pay-per-view of the year. Pay-per-view of the year. What is your favorite Impact pay-per-view of the year? Obviously, if you didn't watch all of them, or if maybe you only watched one or two, you're just going to have less to choose from. So what was your Impact pay-per-view of the year? How many pay-per-views or special events do they have? Almost every single month, Sophie, pretty much. If they're not doing a regular pay-per-view, they're doing an Impact Plus pay-per-view. So it's almost every month. James Chadwick says Slammiversary. Derek Fleming says Rebellion. Keep them coming. Let us know. Jeff, what was yours?
I'm going to say Bound for Glory.
Okay.
Slammiversary and Rebellion are right there for me. But I think given the drama of Bound for Glory, seeing what we saw Mickey win, we saw Josh win, we saw Moose do what he did, but also win that Call Your Shot gauntlet and use it in the same night. We saw we saw the Inspiration debut.
Yep.
There was a lot there. So
we got the Ultimate X match too,
Ultimate X match. Or I believe we got that. No.
Or was that not?
That was Slammiversary, I believe.
Was it?
Yeah, I believe that was Slammiversary.
Okay. Does Impact hold pay-per-views on regular pay-per-views like the WWE still does? I'm not sure.
They do it on Fight TV, and they have some things you can purchase on their YouTube channel, but just
Impact Plus too.
Yeah, and Impact Plus. But just given what happened tonight, I would never buy a pay-per-view on their YouTube.
Yeah. Yeah, you really have to have. You might have trust issues with the YouTube stuff. So yeah, I agree. I'm gonna go with Rebellion as well, and for pretty much for the same reasons Jeff mentioned. I mean, there was just some really big matches, and to see Mickey win the title was really awesome. And then, of course, the ending we got. A lot of people didn't like it, of course, but we got the ending we wanted, just not the way we wanted it to happen afterwards. So, and the matches that were on there were just really, really good. And it's hard to say that because Slammiversary was excellent too. But yeah, I'm going to go with Rebellion as well, just for everything that Jeff mentioned and the fact that the crazy ending, and just, listen, I mean, you could say a lot of these are going to look back like WWE when we go over that and stuff like that with Slam or with Mania, because and again, it's like you're thinking of a long time ago, but they were the first ones that had fans back. So WrestleMania was the first one fans back for Impact. It was Slammiversary. So a lot of that was very nostalgic as well, because it was the first time we saw fans back in the building too. So that's gonna factor in as well. I keep seeing Asuka posting random pics of her on Twitter. Yeah, I noticed that too. I don't know if it's a sign of her coming back, whether it's at day one or I would kind of more think along the lines of the Rumble, if she's going to show up. So I probably about that time, I would think. It's funny people make fun of WWE for having pay-per-views every month, but when Impact holds one every month, you don't hear a peep from these people. Sophie, that's not a positive comment. Let's see. Oh, gosh. Let's end on a positive note, please. I've already got Hard to Kill bought on Fight. How much is it? I didn't even look.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I haven't looked either. Usually I look by now. What's on the 8th? Hard to Kill is next Saturday. Next Saturday, technically the 9th. Yeah, you would be you'd be the next day. All right. Well, there you go. So we named our favorite pay-per-views, and we got through this as best we can. Thank you very much, Impact, again, for blowing the show. Good Lord. The Impact needs to make a resolution where they hire some new digital media people, because, it's time that they need to do that. That's because the Impact pay-per-views are good, says Johnny Bates. All right. Well, so there you go. 20 pounds? Sounds about right. That sounds about right. All right. So first off, Happy New Year to all of you. That's firstly. I hope you have a great holiday with your families and your friends. Enjoy the new year. And hopefully the new year brings you much luck and success and happiness that it can. Make sure you come out on Saturday and ring in the new year on New Year's Day with us, watching the day one pay-per-view. So be safe, everyone. Especially, I know New Year's is a time when people can do some drinking and some stuff like that and get a little bit celebratory. So just make sure that you all stay safe. And enjoy the holiday and enjoy the time spent with your family and your friends. That said, so again, make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Make sure you throw up a like on the stream before you go, and make sure you hit the notifications button so you know when we're going to have stuff on. Bye, boomers. Happy New Year to all, says Derek. Yes. And hopefully we will see you all again in just 2 days for day one from WWE. And we'll get to you with the time. So that's it. Hope you had a great time. Again, apologies for the goofy stuff that happens with Impact, but hey, it is what it is. And have a great New Year's. And hopefully we will see you all again for our next show, which will be Saturday night for day one. Have a great rest of your night, everybody. Stay safe out there. Be kind to one another. And enjoy the rest of your night. And hopefully we'll see you all soon. Good night, all.